Ah, the place where I live right now. College. Uncamp. Well, okay, I've already mentioned it times. Ah, Bradley. Ah, Peoria. Always some type of cop out of the corner of my eye that I can see going down, blaring down the road. Don't know what you could possibly be going after this time, but good on you, and good luck for attempting to fix a place like this. I'll be glad because if I get remotely lucky and actually finish my, not if I get lucky. If I stick to my plan, stick to my guns, in a year and a half's time, I'll be out of here. I could have one, possibly two major projects under my belt, and probably a paid internship lined up at studio. Possibly a paid internship at NetherRealm Studios. It really depends on how I handle the situation from here, and if they are actually remotely interested in hiring a new guy. Game crashing. It was loading. It was thinking about something. And now I'm really curious as to what it was thinking about. Oh, there you are. Look, can you go over here and just kill these guys off? Please?
Enemy nest taken.
Jesus. Right, is there like 5 or 6? Yeah, Croc's neck. Cock's nest. Not exactly scared, it's just... I'm so glad I can convert these worlds into hive worlds. The districts of some of these places are so terrible. It stings. Like, I would almost argue that they should seed the planets slightly more, so worlds this bad don't show up. At the same time, I also blame the AI for 90% of all faults, because it usually is the AI's fault for mismanaging this world. We're actually at a research institute. I'm surprised. My goodness, shut up about the... Oh no, we're having scum and villainy on a world we just conquered.
Our construction is complete.
Somehow, surprising absolutely no one, everything goes to hell when you just conquered something. The populace are like snakes and serpents, slithering all about and making a mess of the place. Nobody wants to do it. No one wants to deal with it. Tracker swarms go up here to Safadadar and take this as well?
Planetary infestation begun.
Final war is approaching. You know what's going to happen is I'm going to declare war on the Mega Alliance or the Tebrigs right after I'm done with this one. The exact moment
Enemy
I
nest taken.
guess that we're going to get the final endgame crisis to appear. The endgame crisis will be the Unbidden. It's going to spawn right next to my home world. It spawns right next to my home world. There's not going to be a whole lot I can do about it. I'm just going to have to lose Yatra. And then fight it all. And that will probably be what the end is. It could also equally likely be the contingency. There's a ludicrous amount of robots, and I think we actually have someone who's synthetic ascension around here. No, we've driven assimilators, which can allow for cyborg. I think cyborgs are basically synthetics? Not sure. I should also stop flashbanging him. Sorry. like looking at the center of the galaxy, and I wish there was a way to make it like a dark sector of the galaxy. But, well, here we are. Oh, you could actually get one more upgrade. Target uplink computer. Let's do this. Apparently all that caffeine was all I needed, but I'm basically only holding off my exhaustion. I'm probably going to crash. Like, shall we say... I'll call it probably like 9 o'clock. I'll probably crash. 9 o'clock for me. Aha! Head over here. Head down to Tuluk. And we'll take that over. Gokok's Nest, Dust Desert, and a lot of stuff to get rid of. Well, be merciful that I actually do kind of care about your continued existence. Because if I didn't care, you'd have a lot of choice for it. Or you might not have much of a system left. And then we'll jump you across the way, and then you both can start tag-teaming the rest of these planets. The only one we're going to attempt to leave is Absolia, because we need to capture everything else here. I don't have to manually do so later. The Tebrigs can actually
Planetary infestation begun.
No, we're still in a truce. Because the biomass accumulation... Still hate that system, still think it's dumb, but nothing I could change about it. It's not like it's going to slow me down that much. It's a speed bump. And I might have another avenue to blitzkrieg this population. All I can say is, let's go. Research is all well and good. Will of the Hive has been reasserted.
Enemy nest taken.
Glory to the Hive. I know how it'll affect the political climate. It won't affect it at all. I want to say it's not our problem.
Our situation log is
I'm willing to
updated.
take the time to clean up this mess. Lo and behold, malfunctioning implants. Had a science dude around here somewhere, right? Where's the malfunctioning implants? Oh my gosh, you're in the middle of nowhere. Flashbang time. You can make it. I'm almost assured of this. Yeah, you've got plenty of time. You'll make it. This leads to the question, what are we exactly implanting them with? Are the implants purely mechanical? Are they biological and we've somehow messed up the gene splicing? Because you'd think from making people... You know what? I think how those implants work is that they're just making them livestock. They're making them actual sheep. And all we're doing is just messing it up so they're actually gaining a hyper-intelligence instead. Which, as we all know, is a horrible, horrible, horrible thing that doesn't belong to any bit of our food that we're going to eat. None of these are going to exist for too long. The moment they get into the arc emitter's range, they'll just evaporate. It's why I don't bother watching the fights. Let's be honest, the fights just aren't entertaining. And it's just curb stomp, curb stomp, curb stomp. It's kind of what I want at the endgame crisis. Or I'm waiting for the Tebrigs. The Teb rigs look at least mildly entertaining. And even more gas extraction wells. Where were all these planets when I was having gas problems? Where? I could have used them. But instead, no, I have to refine everything. Okay, are we done with the planet management? Oh my god, no. You're definitely not done with planet management. You're quite the opposite of done. No. No synaptic nodes. No, bad. Bad? Why do you have a mineral purification plant when you don't even have a single mineral producer? Why? I don't actually know what to say to that, because that's just dumb. What's the point? Alright. You know what? No, not even worth questioning it. It's worth getting angry over, like, slightly once. Then afterwards, just not caring. Land on the Prime Planet. Give me control over their capital. Make them capitulate to me. But we'll deal with it later. Anyway, as promised,
Construction is
we're going to
complete.
just immediately hot jump right over to Almach, and we'll just conquer the rest of this galaxy. Am I building like a... sorry. Don't I have a bunch of transport fleets that I can start putting together? I dare say, I do believe we actually have a decent amount of transport fleets that we can put together into yet another subset of gene warriors. We're gonna grab his alpha, you're gonna teleport out, and then march north, I believe? Yeah. You guys have no orders. That's a lie. Your next order is to come up here to Hydrobius. And Thundering Swarm's next order is to just go down south, crisscross, go across to here, and then go to Muscat. The frontier sector will be divvied up and fixed in a moment. It's busy working. Alright, I only told you to enter orbit. Whoops. Actually land your armies. Put an end to this madness. How's victory looking? The Interstellar Assembly is now fully operational and plays host to a number of embassies from the galaxy's major powers, be they political or corporate. Our diplomats are having a hard time keeping up with the steady flow of information on national interest and political embarrassments we are extracting from the station. Our guests seem largely disinterested in our surveillance as long as we provide the ideal environs for them to strong-arm their competitors. Excellent! Politics. The thing that devouring swarms are known for. I just know that because of the way Paradox interactive games work, eventually enough DLCs will be released for a game with enough really cool or really silly ideas that eventually a Devouring Swarm with a negative 1000 relations debuff will be able to get enough positive relations with the rest of the galaxy that we can actually become allied to someone else in spite of our genocidal tendencies. And I live for that day of utter nonsense that we could pull off. But that is forever away. I'm not even going to pretend that that's going to happen sometime soon. Because it's not. Okay, look. Kid. Want to build... So, what here looks like a useless world? You are a mostly useless world. We cannot build more than one of most everything, but I could build another ring world site and conquer that. So for giggles and grins, we'll build another ring world, because the rest of the planets there do not matter. For giggles and grins, let's build ourselves 2 colony ships. It'll take a little bit of time. Why do we still have 2 habitable sections that aren't being colonized? Where's our colonization planner? It has been a long time since I've... what? Oh, Night Worlds. Right. No, not interested. Are there any worlds that we don't already own? Yes, because it's not working. Like, they aren't actually colonizing it. I'm really just looking for some interesting worlds, basically. I don't think there's going to be any in our territory that I'd like to colonize. What the actual... Okay, there's someone owned. Okay, we are on this world. Or were on this world. At some point. If only those worlds weren't like size 11s. I'm sorry, I see the size 6 and I fear exactly what I was looking at. It turns out it's not, those are just habitats. Yeet counter is disabled. I'm going to assume that means you're heading on out for the night, and so I will bid you farewell. If that is not the case, then don't worry. BrainBoy is just a little bit of an idiot, but we all know this, and we all love him anyway. Even myself, kind of. Alright, I can't put the automated dreadnought in anything yet. Son of a... okay. First things first. I love the Ether Drake, but I can't put anything in his army. You already have 2 Titan ships. Reinforce all, and then we'll set that fleet to fight soon. That way when I hit reinforce all, we're not just going to create another fleet entirely. Although that is kind of an interesting strategy. You can't put allied ships into the mega... Where's the destroyer? Dreadnought is still following someone, right? Yes. Can the Devastating Storm actually take him? No, it can't. We need to boost the fleet command limit by 1 before we can do so. How is my research coming along, anyway? Alright, I'm doing more leader lifespan, because I just don't...
Planetary infestation begun.
I want to keep kicking this problem down the road. Speaking of which, there was a person who got arrested development. You have arrested development. No. What? Where's the Svakna sector? Alright. Silence. I don't care about... Strayed from the hive mind. Yes, they always are straying from the hive mind. If they weren't, I'd actually be questioning what type of game I'm playing. So, Svakna, you're getting replaced, and you're getting fired immediately. Goodbye. No governors with arrested development. You aren't worth my... You are literally not worth my time if you get arrested development. The only one who's worth my time is the scientist who's just never gonna die, because scientists on ships don't really matter that much. Level 10 governors. Minus 30 crime, and plus 20% for all jobs. And a triplet of wonderful abilities. Everyone having erudite. All of you... I don't have slaves, purchasing... Like, the slave driver one is kind of bad. I feel like they could do a bit more personality to the leaders as well. I know there are ways to get more than 3 traits on a leader, but it's hard to do. I know we have an admiral with 4 traits. Yes, because he's a dragon slayer, and is rapidly becoming one of my best generals, because
Our construction is complete.
he guides one of the most destructive swarms. Oh my god, soon we'll actually be able to live up to 300 years. Again, the moment my research starts taking longer and longer to boost the survival rates of our people is the moment I fear and dread. Because I don't want my people to start dying. Will the hive mind reasserts itself. All glory to the hive mind. Ah, yes, you're done with your orders. Here. Just go... I don't know how you're gonna set that up. Hopefully it's not through this. It should be going around. What is the calculation the game has to perform that puts it in such an awkward situation? That's my question. Because, as far as I could tell, there are 2 spaces it could go. It could either attempt to go through the place that it would get stuck in.
Our construction is
straight
complete.
there. Those are the fastest. Now, I kind of understand algorithms to a certain point. I know that it technically has to run through every single one of those options. But wouldn't it be better, algorithm-wise, that... Okay, so if it's going to try to minimize the amount of jumps it has to make, it would have to run through every single possible connection and discard any connection that is longer than you. So,
Our
say, for
construction is
example,
complete.
it would have to make 3 jumps to go from Pulkor to Bintu by... If it was going to attempt, it would run the algorithm once by checking all the nearby ones, trying to figure out where Bintu is. It would test Chorf, it would test Obshala, and test Bax. They all do the exact same distance, so all 3 are on the table. Then it would go out one more to Bintu. Okay, no, if that was the no, that can't be the algorithm. So if that was the algorithm, the game would chug if you tried to send one person from one side of the galaxy to the other. Never mind. Ignore what I say.
Our
I
construction
don't
is
know what I'm
complete.
talking about. I love making up things to be angry at. More and more And more pops. Well, he so wished he was not at work, but he has been working for me for so long, and soon, yes, sir, very soon, he will be done. He's also being replaced with the maintenance depot. He doesn't need the cloning vats anymore. I'm so looking forward to not having to micromanage all these planets. Having a game that runs quickly, because for the past... God, what is it now? 40 plus hours? 30, 40 hours for this one thing alone? I can't even say, because I still have to edit all the footage. I've got footage on my flash drive, plenty of which that's going to last me until I go back home. Then I have to render that footage in, fix it up a little bit more so I can take it back with me to college to keep working on it. And oh god, I just realized that I really just need to sit down and make a spreadsheet of a schedule and stick to it. Because I have this footage, I've got the Dark Souls footage, I've got D&D that I still haven't touched, and have like... what is it now? 8 hours of backup footage from that alone I still need to fix up and find edits for, and I still need to prepare for
Our construction is complete.
Session. So many things. And I'm starting college. On the bright side, I'm more willing to play fast and loose. I'm probably going to be hated a little bit by my friends and become akin to the King Flake we all despise. Okay, not despise. Despise is too strong a word. We all speak ill of him to his face because he flakes out on a lot of things that he really, really, honestly shouldn't, but just does. Anyway, Ceaseless Swarm goes to Obshalia, and we shall continue our conquest, almost fully finishing off the battle clans. And ladies and gentlemen, it is now time we could actually
Our construction is complete.
against the Tibberig. I really don't want to do that, not without at least a third army, because I really want that fight to go quickly.